Welcome back to our marathon of comedy movies. And today we're going to go back a year from the last film that we did into the year 2000, which to wrestling fans was a really 50-50 year, depending on what company you were following at the time. If you were following the WWF, you were treated to high viewing figures and great captivating storylines. If you were a fan of WCW, on the other hand, you were treated to declining ratings and terrible storylines, and even more horrific individual moments. Enter Ready to Rumble, directed by Brian Robbins, who would go on to direct the masterful Thousand Words that we commentated on before, and starring Scott Kahn and David Arquette. And in case that last name might have sent shivers down your spine, basically you can partly blame this movie for WCW's head writer at the time, Vince Russo, under an apparently joking suggestion from Tony Schiavone, suggesting that David Arquette should win the world title.
So, based off of that introduction alone, I'm guessing this is going to be a movie I'm not really going to get unless I know about wrestling trivia.
Well,
don't worry, that's why we have two of the biggest wrestling nerds over here.
Actually, Jova, actually, Jova, by the end of this movie, I think you'll be glad you're not a wrestling fan. Because if there's one thing this film loves to do, is insult wrestling fans.
But isn't this rated by a wrestling company?
Yes, because at the time, WCW were owned by Time Warner, who of course also ran Warner Brothers, hence the studio connection.
So let me guess, they're being like the heels to the audience in the sense that that's all part of the plan to make it feel like they're the bad guys that the audience has to defeat by watching the movie.
Would it surprise you to know, Jova, that 11 months after this film came out, the company went out of business?
Probably not if it's as bad as you suggested it is, but wait, hold on. How does a bad movie cause the company to go under?
Oh, it wasn't just. There is a lot of problems, but we can go into that. It wasn't
just the movie.
Called Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, the one movie made by Square Pictures that single-handedly destroyed Square Pictures.
No. This is not a Spirits Within situation. Watch Matthew Who's What Happens on WCW. It's interesting.
I've kind of seen that one, but it's been a while.
Alright, so let's get this started then. Start just before the Warner Brothers logo in 3, 2, 1, go.
So let me guess, in terms of what happened, this is just like the cherry on top of the crap cake that saw this
it was one
ingredient.
Pretty much.
So how big an ingredient in the mix of things would you say it is?
Very minor.
The icing sugar.
And yet it still is apparently a very terrible movie based off of you guys' reactions.
I've actually never seen it.
Yeah, I've never heard about it until recently.
I've never seen it myself, but I'm a wrestling fan as well, so this should be an interesting...
Oh, we're off to a great start.
Well, they're showing pictures from the from WCW, I think.
Yeah, and people are bleeding. This is what wrestling fans want, right? That's how wrestling can be serious, right? Blood. That was a heist thing.
Ready to rumble. Classical music leading right into rap music. You know, the more I think about it, the more I realize how common this was in the early 2000s. Okay. Hey, look, that's what he said. So obviously it means something. Get it? Because you're an idiot if you like wrestling. That's the joke, I guess.
Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure this character is being painted in a negative light right now.
True.
No, the Rockers.
I'm guessing that.
Wait. McKinley Culkin?
No, Java. He was not. He was already
Yeah,
like.
but this was the year 2000.
Yeah,
I
he
know.
was already like.
What,
18 by this
Java?
point.
Not every blonde kid you see in a movie from the late 90s, early 2000s is the same, okay?
That's a weird thing. He looks more or less like McKinley Culkin.
I'm guessing that store clerk is basically supposed to be some kind of caricature of the typical people that hate wrestling. Oh, Jesus, what the fuck are these?
I'm guessing they're having a dream sequence that they're like wrestlers.
Okay, apparently the director of Baby Geniuses took over.
Oh, goody! Because that's what we need to be reminded of.
Oh, you've seen that movie?
Yes! I've told you this multiple times!
To burst!
Also, this guy kind of reminds me of Jesse from Breaking Bad. I don't know why.
What the fuck just happened?
Again, my guess is that they're trying to reenact a wrestling match.
Well, I
No,
guess.
a wrestling promo.
Oh.
When they're on mic.
No, they're definitely resembling a wrestling match by the looks of those moves.
I get that. They are. It's just
Oh,
like,
wow.
Wait.
Randy Savage.
Hey, Randy. Yay.
Wait.
Hey, look, it's the guy from Spider-Man 1.
I was about to say, that's Bonesaw.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
who Randy
Randy
Savage is.
Savage.
Savage
think
played
he was-
Bonesaw in
I think
Spider-Man 1.
When he was filming this, he was a part of WCW at the time.
Is it sad that I remember him more for being Bonesaw than Randy
I
Savage?
mean, a lot of people do. Because, like,
I don't-
even though I'm a wrestling fan, I didn't recognize that was Randy Savage
Well, you
until
don't
years
watch
later.
wrestling, so how would you anyway?
That said,
No,
though, if I may ask, what does the stream sequence have to do with anything?
That's
To
what I
show
was
how
asking.
much he loves wrestling and how awesome Jimmy King is.
Because it's always fun when the actual action happens in dream sequences and not the actual movie.
Ah,
Sure.
yes. Wrestling. Back when
Sure.
women were
Watch.
treated as sex objects back then.
Why should I be watching this when I can just go to the WWE Network and just rewatch the Attitude Era?
Because you're blinded by nostalgia.
He had a
Yeah, it was
hallucination.
all a brain freeze.
He had a hallucination from a brain freeze. Okay.
Wait. I don't think you understood my question, Dej. I was asking why I should watch this over the Attitude Era. Like I don't have nostalgia for this movie, so how would that make sense?
Oh, wait. I heard the question wrong.
Wait a minute. We're going to another movie where the character's name is Gordy? I mean,
Yeah,
sure,
I
it's
just
spelled,
said earlier.
it's spelled differently, but goddamn.
I love Gordy's. Anyway,
Yeah,
okay.
That's what
well,
we'll name this, the Gordy duology.
right now that we're past that big-lipped alligator moment, let's actually get back to the plot. Hopefully. Okay, I'm starting to notice that one of the primary problems with this movie.
It's boring.
Not just that. Here's the problem. Every character seems to be directed to act like they're in a wrestling show. Here's the problem. Wrestling shows are, by their very nature, very over the top and ridiculous. Having this kind of acting in a movie plot just feels off. What works for a wrestling show will not work for a movie. They're different mediums.
Which is baffling. It's from a film director.
Okay, so experience has taught me some directors aren't really familiar with the source material and just be like, oh, okay, I guess this is what people are into.
Well, the script itself was written by a guy named Stephen Brill.
For a second, I thought you were going to say the script was written by Vince. What's that writer? One writer that
Russo?
people think is yeah, Vince Russo. Like,
This is well, I can tell that yeah, this is definitely a 21-year-old movie, definitely. You know the things you were talking about earlier?
You want him to be a police officer?
Just like everyone in the family.
I'm not gonna touch that.
Oh, wait. Let me guess. It's the typical, son, I want you to follow in the family's job here. You gotta get rid of these old dreams of yours. Like his son wants to be a wrestler, but everyone else in his family wants him to be a cop instead.
Yes, Major?
You know, Dwebs, I'm gonna have to give some kudos because since you were comparing the two, but for all of his crap, Friday Got Fingered technically did not have any sexual assault like we just saw this cop do. So there's that, I guess.
Why do you want this guy to be a police officer? He's pretty stupid. He's so stupid. He does that weird sneak.
There's so many things I can say right now.
Okay, so I can already tell what this movie's strategy is. Everybody who likes wrestling is the person we're supposed to sympathize with because they're the underdogs, and everybody who doesn't like wrestling is a complete douchebag who is horrible. Okay.
Clearly, this movie knows its audience.
It's just clearly going to totally make people want to check out wrestling. Good job, WCW. Good job.
Question to Shirai, actually.
Yeah?
Since you're more of the wrestling outsider, what do you make of this film so far?
Gee, I wonder what. Go ahead, Shirai.
I don't like it.
Very good.
You find it as boring as I do?
Yeah.
We just saw a policeman molest two people. Sorry, sexually assault two people.
And one of them was his son.
Yeah. So what did you expect Shira to answer you?
Don't you see, guys? He's just being.
I won't know until I hear the answer.
Don't you see, guys? He's just being quirky and over the top.
And
And
this, ladies and gentlemen, are their jobs: cleaning portable toilets.
So they're sewage workers. Okay. So far, Freddy Got Fingered is still a worse movie, but my god, is this more boring.
Honestly,
You've just cleaned all the toilets, and now you're going to go into one.
You don't do that.
So I'm gonna take a wild guess here. So the plot is gonna be just these two trying hard to become wrestlers, and that's it.
No. Believe it or not, no.
This is gonna be an even worse Biodome, isn't it?
No, okay. For as bad as this movie has been so far, I don't see it becoming a Biodome yet because don't get me wrong, these characters are by no means winners, but they're definitely no Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin so far. Because that movie, that movie was basically the Freddy Got Fingered of its time, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, it was much less offensive in terms of the shit that they did, but it was just as annoying, if not more. Jesus Christ, Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore can act good.
He can be put to good use in a good movie, like in a goofy movie, but that's like the one movie where I cannot tolerate him.
He didn't even wash his hands.
I guess he was also good in the extremely goofy movie.
Oh yeah, he was in that one too.
Well, yeah, he had a much bigger role in that one.
To be fair, his character is usually not even the focus in those movies anyway, so I find him much easier to tolerate him there. It's when he's actually the star that becomes a problem for me. When you guys see Biodome, you'll see exactly what I mean.
I think I've realized
although Jova, there is also attempted sexual assault in Biodome, just like with this movie. So I guess there's one parallel.
I think I've noticed this and Biodome go to the same school of that genre of maybe not.
Okay,
maybe not. Hold on. Let me finish. Maybe not stoner comedy, but what's the name for the genre where it's basically just two awkward white dudes wandering about doing this or that while the plot wanders with them?
It's called 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, in terms of the stunt work for this movie, out of all the main actors, Scott Caan was the only one who decided to do his own stunts. Not that I blame the rest, because wrestling is a pretty dangerous thing to do if you don't know how to do it properly. But props to Caan for doing it or doing the stunts by himself.
Sure. No, it basically, honestly, Joe, as far as it was kind of a subgenre back in the 90s, like Deji said, but it never got a proper name by anybody.
Okay. Can we
also
call
showed
it
up
the Dumb and Dumber effect?
Sure.
Well, wait, hold on. When was Dumb and Dumber released?
91?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So technically not that, because Biodome released in the 80s.
94.
Actually, no. It's
That one number was
Biodome
94.
Biodome is mid-90s, Joe.
Pretty sure it was in the 80s. Like,
No.
Wait a minute.
We can look this up.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. 1 minute,
96.
David Arquette's character was like, "Go for Britney, man," and then the next minute he's like, just give up on her.
why? What is the point to all this? Also, ew. What is this movie Assassination was showing gross stuff?
Not just that, there's a lot of terrible, outdated use of words in this movie.
You know, for a movie that's supposed to be about wrestling, it feels like it's way off focus a lot of times. I'm not saying that it has to be wrestling 24/7, but
This is basically the death of that genre that we were just talking about, Joe. It seems that this was probably like the final death knell of this genre, right?
The early 2000s were the end of this particular era.
To answer your question about Biodome, it came out in 96.
okay, I guess that was 90s. But yeah, I could have sworn there was some movie like that in the 80s at least.
Well, that's the thing, Joe. But Pauly Shore, as far as I'm aware, didn't even have a career in the 80s still. Let me double check when he started. If I remember correctly, he started in stand-up. Let me see. How the hell he didn't get booed?
Oh, look at
booed
that!
with players in
Even
the stand-up
Granny
comedy.
knows all about wrestling.
Well, that's the thing. Wait. Isn't she? Isn't that? Yeah, I think it's God. What's her name?
Who?
You know this. She's one of the long-time WWE Female Hall of Famers.
Oh, Mae Young?
Yes, Mae Young. Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Okay, she looked a lot like her. Let me double
It's
check. Who it
actually
is.
Ellen Albertini Dow.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but check it out. See, everyone else in the family is a cop except for him. How charming, forcing the son to have to do everything.
Why are you pointing a gun at your son?
It's all just a joke. see?
Because, Dwebs, remember, like I said, this movie's strategy is to treat everybody who does treat all people. So, because
There
that's
we are.
because that's definitely going to that's definitely a sound strategy. Good job, filmmakers.
A WCW show.
This is like if I made a movie about Michael Bay and literally portrayed every single one of his fans as completely horrible sexual assaulting people. Like,
You can do that. Just go right further.
Man, this stage looked like a TNA Impact. It's the wrestling stage. Alright.
All right.
Meh.
These are the Nitro girls. Around the time, they were the top. They were the cheerleaders in between WCW matches.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's not much of a plot so far, is there?
Oh, hi, Joe Pantoliano.
Look, they're
Also,
team.
hey, Booker, what are you doing over there?
Five-time world champion.
WCW champion.
Okay, so guys, in spite of our main characters talking about how awesome Jimmy King is, the guys in charge of WCW, particularly this guy specifically, played by Pantoliano, he and everyone else is sick of Jimmy King because he constantly shows up late for TV and has a terrible attitude.
Joe Pantoliano, like he doesn't look anything like Eric Bischoff, but I guess I don't know.
Well, that's the
But,
thing though, Pedro. Apparently, Eric Bischoff, since the film was his idea, he was apparently originally supposed to be playing Pantoliano's character, but he was fired from WCW beforehand. So
Also, was that Mean Gene just now?
yes,
Yeah.
Ring announcing was not his normal job, but here he is anyway.
Well, it's Mean Gene, so that's at the very least awesome that I mean, Mean Gene is always awesome. So, but yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, Monday Night. But no, that's the thing, Dej. No, not 5-time WCW, not world champion. Can you dig it?
Also, I think in terms of like the big movies from individual wrestling companies, I think Gene Okerlund is the only one who's been in both this and No Holds Barred, the one the WWF did a decade earlier. And yeah, this guy is okay. No offense to Oliver Platt, the actor playing him, but he does not look like a professional wrestler. Like, wrestlers don't have a set image, but this guy doesn't look like anything like a wrestler really should.
Boring.
I don't care about anyone so far.
Jova, I'm going to be real with you. There's a movie that WWE has produced, and it's much worse.
Okay, look,
I'm
not even seeing the uber badness of it, but like it's just boring. Like, and look.
Oh no, that's what I'm talking about. It's boring. It's about these two girls that want to be country singers, and Shawn Michaels is in it. I was like, wow.
What does that have to do with wrestling?
Because WWE produced it, and they got Shawn Michaels in it.
Well,
I don't get it either.
That's the thing, Jova. Unlike WCW, WWE didn't go out to make wrestling movies. They just wanted to make movies in general. But anyway,
sure, yeah.
No. See, that's the thing. The problem with this movie so far is that to people who don't watch wrestling, most of this is imperceptible.
Regardless,
there's some cameos.
I mean, yeah, do follow wrestling.
Yeah, for those who follow wrestling, there was going to be some cameos that we've already pointed out, me, Dwebs, and Deji. But yeah, for people like Shira and Jova, yeah, they're just going to sit here bored because there's nothing.
Okay. Let me elaborate. Even if I did know about wrestling, I'd find this boring because, yeah, we finally got a wrestling match, and like, what's the plot? What's the purpose? Like, and like you guys have said, you could easily just catch an episode of wrestling on TV. Like, why do you need suddenly a movie? What, so you can see it from different angles or whatnot?
Well, I can tell you, Joe, the plot's about to get started.
Also, like, you have what is probably one of the most theatrical mediums out there, and it's this uninteresting. In this movie.
Yeah,
how do you do that?
Like, it's a wrestling movie should be over the top.
It should be easy.
A ridiculous storyline. Heck,
No Holds Barred at least got that right.
It's because, like I said, I even showed a clip of this to Shira at one point. Like one of the most bizarre and as a result really amusing storylines from back in the day.
All right, I want you guys to pay attention to this match. By the way, that is actual professional wrestler Diamond Dallas Page playing himself. All right. Now the match is starting off like, a wrestling match, choreographed. They all call moves while on the spot. Typical stuff.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the butt.
There we go.
What?
Huh?
Okay.
Again, nothing too out of the ordinary. Top-notch acting there, Charles Robinson.
Yeah, it sounds about as good as
Well, then again,
but oh dear, things are about to.
Then again, this is a Monday Nitro movie, so yeah, I guess it makes sense that it would be boring.
So the plot is that he went outside the script?
Yes, because basically Pantoliano told Diamond Dallas Page to go into business for himself.
Won't that just get him in trouble with the big industry?
No, Jova.
According to this, yeah, that's the thing. Like, this movie's clearly not even. It's about the good people who made this movie haven't even seen a single Monday Nitro.
Like, let me put it like this: I'm not a wrestling fan, and even I know that going against script is a very, 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 very dangerous thing to do.
Yeah, but remember, Joe, in this context, the boss told him to do it.
Yeah.
Well, then in that case...
But okay, there is one inconsistency I have to point out. Paige is supposed to be, you know, going against the script here. But what do you call that?
Yeah, that's...
That move relies on cooperation, like everything in wrestling.
Also,
you can't deadlift a guy like that in real life.
Also, here's a question. If the boss wanted King to lose, why not just tell King, okay, for the next script you have to lose?
Because remember, part of what this film's going for is that Jimmy King character in this movie is a complete prima donna.
So, again, the boss could just fire him then. Like, that's...
Or suspend him.
Not only that...
He wants to humiliate him.
Okay. So, is Jimmy King supposed to be the antagonist or the good guy who's humbled and then comes back?
Yeah, that's the thing, though, Jova.
Low blow!
That's the thing, though, Jova. The boss's motivations are entirely justified. Jimmy King's been a terrible example. He's been no-showing events. When he does show up, he's an arsehole to everybody.
Dibs, is this a no disqualification match? Because the referee saw that low blow and he didn't do anything.
That's the thing, though, Pedro. It wasn't billed as no disqualification, but around this time, WCW were playing really hard and fast with the rules. Like, a lot of things that would normally be disqualification just aren't.
Okay.
So I'm guessing they were trying to kind of...
And he froze the ref out.
ECW, maybe, I don't know.
But don't worry, guys. Jimmy King's got backup.
Wait. Okay, so Dwibs. The way the movie shot it made it seem like the boss is apparently the bad guy for wanting to get rid of Jimmy King, but you say that he's just... Hold on, let me finish. But you say that apparently he's justified in it. How does the movie actually go about doing it, though? Does it consider Jimmy King the good guy or the bad guy?
The flawed good guy.
Ah, it's one of those movies, then.
Because it's like, yeah, Jimmy is in the wrong, but the way that the boss is handling it is
Again,
terrible.
like I said, the boss could just fire him or order a script where he doesn't, and if he goes against it, he can fire him.
Because there are some wrestlers who do get embarrassed and punished by breaking kayfabe. A big example was Triple H before he became big, because Shawn Michaels, who are the other guys that left for WCW? Diesel and the other one. Yeah, they all hugs because Kevin and Scott were leaving wrestling. And Vince was like, "No, people saw that. You shouldn't be doing that." So when the Ultimate Warrior came back, Vince was like, "Hey, go fight Triple H, fight the Ultimate Warrior, and get all completely destroyed."
That could literally have killed him.
No. The point was that he was supposed to be publicly embarrassed by the audience.
I know, but
not get killed.
Yeah, but seeing as how that was unscripted, that could have killed him. Like, again, wrestling takes finesse here and there.
Finesse that isn't in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I was saying, like one of the big things that about wrestling is that it's incredibly over the top and embraces its ridiculous nature. This movie doesn't even try to capture that. Like, in fact, it's more focused on the behind the scenes crap so far, it seems, based on what Chris is telling us.
Oh, here we go.
Just remember when they fired Hulk Hogan live on TV?
Oh, wait, hold on. So that's all he has to say, is that he's through, he's done with him. Again, like, I get that maybe Jimmy King was an a-hole, but the way the movie's presenting it, it seems like, no, the boss is just being a dick for disproportionate revenge.
Jimmy King is gone from WCW.
Hey,
so, okay, in that case then, plot lost, because given how wrestling goes, the boss calls all the shots, so... What's going to be the stakes here? Like, what's going to be the dilemma? Like, well, again, wrestling is not just
These guys are such big super fans of Jimmy King, they're going to try and get him back into the business.
And that's the plot.
I mean, there are other subplots as well.
Okay, look.
Wow, this is such bad acting.
Okay, look, I'm not one of those dicks who says that wrestling is fake. But part of the problem I've always had with wrestling is like, well, everything is supposed to be preset. Like, I mean, unlike, say, something like soccer or basketball or, again, anything that's not the thematic professional wrestling, essentially the victory is already preset. You're essentially watching a glorified TV episode, so...
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
I get that. My point is like, well, then, that doesn't really make for all the most highest stakes in a movie. Because,
Oh, yeah.
The idea of a movie
we don't
is...
know who's going to win. The writers do, but we don't.
Well, that's the thing, though. Again, the boss who's in charge of in the story here, the boss is the boss. Technically, if he wants to win, all he has to do is write an episode where the bad guys win, and boom, that's it for Jimmy King.
You know what would be better?
What?
This might be crazy, but hear me out. What if they didn't go with the whole wrestling is fake angle and universe where it's like, no, this is all real, and the boss was trying to get him killed?
That would, again, you know what? That would have legit worked better. Like, again, you're a movie. You don't have to be the whole wrestling is fake angle now.
Wait a minute, what? Well, we had poo coming over the place earlier, so,
Why?
toilet paper.
Why?
Because...
Funny.
Reasons?
What's with the streams?
Oh, get it? So they could wipe themselves off with the poo. It shows how lucky they are.
Hey, Dwebs and Veggie, remember the debut of Mickey James?
No, I wasn't.
Which one?
Well, the first one with Trish Stratus.
Deads did bring up a good point, though. Honestly, this movie probably would have fared a lot better if they just let go of the whole wrestling is fake angle and made it so that it's absolutely real in this universe here.
What was the point of that scene just now?
Because comedy.
Because
what he just said, to show how much they suck.
Christ.
I guess.
You know what? I may get to the point where I say that Thunder Force gave me more entertainment than this movie.
At least Thunder Force makes sense, even if it's bad.
Yeah. God, at least it had a plot all the way through. But yeah, I mean, again, like Dead said, why did they bother going with the whole wrestling is fake angle in this universe here? Again, it takes away from the stakes here.
Logistic thing, Joven, they can't even get that right.
Oh?
Yeah.
Remember, we saw the match earlier. DDP was supposed to be, what we call shoot fighting on King, and yet he later on did a move that requires cooperation like everything else.
He's right, Jova. So far, the movie's been getting pretty much everything wrong.
So, for wrestling fans and non-wrestling fans alike, this movie is just plain wrong.
So far, yes.
And we're 30 minutes in, and again, it doesn't feel like anything has really happened.
So yeah, here's the plot. We gotta find Jimmy King because apparently it's like a message from God or something.
You're not Blues Brothers.
Are we watching the Blues Brothers now?
To put this in general terms, these two fanboys can't handle the fact that their idol is now has his career over, so they're gonna put him back out there.
How is that gonna help them in their lives? Don't they need jobs now or something?
To prove to themselves that they don't suck.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think this says a lot more about...
There's a movie with a similar premise to this. I'm trying to remember.
So now they need to get to Atlanta, where WCW is located, the headquarters. At least.
Oh my god, I've just realized this does feel like a poor man's Blues Brothers. Come to think of it, was Blues Brothers the movie that may have started the trend of a white Caucasian duo constantly doing crazy stuff across the country? Just that did it so much better that I don't really associate it with the likes of Biodome or this movie?
Maybe.
Okay, even as a Christian, what the hell is this doing
it's really weird that we watch. Pedro, it's really funny that we watch Beavis and Butthead Do America, and the two idiot protagonists hang out with nuns.
The difference is that movie's hilarious. This one isn't.
Look, I'm not gonna act like this kind of movie can't be done well, but this movie ain't doing it well.
Of course.
Why are you driving? Why are you driving on the left side of the road, you dumbasses?
This is England. Sorry, not America. That's the plot twist.
We drive. Oh my God! Maybe this is taking place in England.
How about this? Deji? Since you remind me, there you go. Here's a joke from that movie. Whoa! I think I just figured something out, Dwibs.
Dwibs, I have a question.
No, wait, here you go.
Hey, Dwibs, I think I just figured out something.
What?
This sucks.
Dwibs.
This sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before.
Dwibs. What does this have to do with anything?
Adding.
It's to symbolize the road trip.
I got that.
We're already in Atlanta.
Joe, but we have to reach that feature length runtime somehow.
Okay, I don't know if this is how it works, but the stench coming off their clothes because of the shit they poured over the road earlier, and that woman lighting the gas, lighting the lighting the cigarette lighter earlier, when that caused an explosion.
Psh.
Well, to be fair, Dwibs, that's stuff like gas that causes an explosion.
This is actual shit.
Look, movie, it's way too late to look to God to help your movie. Even he is gonna stay out of this one.
Okay, they're farting nuns. That's
look, a Jimmy King arcade game.
That's Sherman from Hey Deji, this is not the second movie in a row with an American Pie actor. This is Sherman from American Pie.
What is it with you guys? Was this your plan just to segue us into doing the American Pie film?
I swear, this is a coincidence. 2 actors from American Pie, 2 characters named Gordy.
When did the first American Pie come out?
1999.
Oh, so before this.
Yeah.
No, after. This came out in 2000.
No, they said that, the first American Pie came out in 1999, apparently.
Oh my God.
Remote came out in 2000.
Yeah, that's what.
Before this movie, yeah.
I'm tired.
So is this going to be the running gag of this movie? We're on a quest to find the king.
The Shermanator is busy playing arcade, so go away.
Okay, so,
Wow, oh my God, Deji, he's a geek in this movie too.
Oh God, is he forever typecast to play the same role?
Apparently. Go on.
Again, is this going to be like the recurring line of this movie? We're on a quest to find the king. Like, it really feels like they're trying to be Blues Brothers now.
Also, I'm pretty sure this isn't hacking.
No, Dwibs. He's not hacking. He just went online.
Yeah, apparently this film thinks it's hacking.
Remember that we're talking movie hacking here.
That's not hacking.
AKA this.
He literally
what year did The Matrix come out?
He literally did. He literally did. He literally did.
Movie hacking.
He literally didn't hack, guys. He just went online. Like, there's even a website address mentioned in that thing.
Dude, to say you're off key is an understatement.
Oh, and of course, now he lives in squalor.
And they found Jimmy King's address.
I'm sorry. You're telling me that Jimmy King wasn't freaking loaded, like, fired or not? Why would he be living in squalor?
You see, Jovi, you pointed out another issue. Around this time, how WCW hired their wrestlers was on something called guaranteed contracts. Like, if you showed up or not, if you performed good in the ring or not, you were definitely going to get a certain amount in your contract every time your wages came through. So really, Jimmy King should at least have enough to not live in a shack.
I know, right?
Also, very charming of you, movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, no thanks, lady.
Don't you see, it's that typical thing that suggests that, oh, if you suddenly quit or retire, your life will become crap.
Okay, don't get me wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. I actually do appreciate not portraying female characters in a way that feels stereotypical. You know, like, it's not just men that can be disgusting. Women can be disgusting too, and it's okay. It's okay to have a female character who can. So I can understand the idea of not portraying female characters in a stereotypical way. I understand that, but that wasn't even done for any kind of particularly good purpose. It was just disgusting.
That was his. That was Jimmy King's wife.
So, are these like his actual family from real life, or are they just,
Yeah, this is Jimmy King's IRL family.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, so far, Deji, we've been having plenty of cameos, so why not one more?
Wait. He married the witch from Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Twibs?
I don't know.
Anyway, So, so was he actually divorced from her like he apparently is in this movie, or...
He's not divorced from this wife.
Okay. So in this case, it's mainly just an in-story thing.
Yes.
Yeah. He could have been a... Oh, for God's sake.
Okay, wait. You guys, the character of Jimmy King is most likely a parody of Jerry the King Lawler.
Most likely, yes.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, he's got everything. You know, he's got the royalty gimmick. He's got the Southern American accent, and he even comes out to classical music.
He doesn't have he's not charismatic like Jerry is, though.
You know, when this movie's not being boring, it's just about a why kind of stupidity. Like, it's the kind of stupidity that just makes you shake your head and say why. Like, I think it's more sad than enraging.
Might as well, on that note, might as well. Oh, and the Shermanator. Is the Shermanator going to be their tech guy? I forgot the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we really going to be spending most of the rest of the movie searching for this guy?
Well, we found him.
Well,
Living in an RV. Again, he should be loaded.
We're not even halfway done. I'm so bored.
Hey, Shiro, on that note, Shiro, that's a perfect segue, Shiro. Might as well ask you then. On that segue, you once said that you'd rather feel something than nothing.
Yeah.
So far, which one is doing it better for you? This or Freddy Got Fingered?
At least Freddy Got Fingered gave me something to talk about.
Yes, it did.
And actually got some kind of reaction out of it. This is like a less offensive movie, but I'm bored out of my mind.
Let me put it like this. Freddy Got Fingered, if we were to compare their arts of badness, Freddy Got Fingered would have been like the A+ student of bad films. This is the one that feels like it's trying but failing. And mind you, we know they weren't even trying to make a bad movie, but like, well,
So,
this
D+?
one... this one feels more desperate than anything else.
Like, I'm still gonna say Freddy Got Fingered is a worse movie, because of course it is, but like, in terms of, viewer experience, this is worse.
So in this film, so now Jimmy King can hide from some people.
Also, why is he cosplaying as Elton John? Like, seriously, those glasses.
I don't
he's
know.
crotch dressing.
Yeah, he's apparently doing this to try and hide from the IRS or something.
Oh my god.
He looks like not seriously, like that hair though, like he looks like a 1960s British musician.
So Elton John.
Or or even a Beatle with that hair. $30, 5 minutes.
Really? That much? Jesus.
Oh my god, this is stupid.
Also,
I know, right?
So there's a sticker on the RV there. See all of America, it's beautiful.
Oh, sure.
Yes?
Out of pure curiosity, if you were to ever get into wrestling,
I was at
what
one point.
Oh, there you go then.
For several years of the 2000s.
Oh yeah, the 2000s were
So, who did you root for back then?
I do not remember.
John Cena?
Ronda Rousey?
No.
Deji, actually, John Cena is in this movie.
What?
Hell yeah.
It's a really small cameo when he's in the background in one scene, but I'll point it out to you.
This is like way, way, way before he got noticed about a character like
Yeah, I
that.
mean, yeah, he was. I assume he was part of Ohio Valley Wrestling at that point. He was still there.
Wasn't he in WCW before moving to WWF?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
If he was, he never would have made it as far as he did, because you know how Vince is towards WWF, except Goldberg.
Well, I mean,
and...
on one aspect, I could maybe understand. I mean, they were the company that really drove him out of business.
So what is...
No, I mean, no, Vince was very, I won, you lost. Ha 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 ha.
Well, isn't that kind of his
like
shtick?
Mm-hmm.
I was just saying, isn't that kind of Vince's gimmick?
Oh yeah, Vince's gimmick when he's doing his on-screen persona is the whole "you're fired," the whole cartoony, ruthless boss that fires everybody who dares to say no to him and stuff like that.
Mm.
That being said, the man for his age is surprisingly very physically fit.
Ah, there you go, Jimmy the King pulling money out of his cleavage. How nice.
Great.
And
I will find him.
Yeah, do your say your catchphrase, please.
so, how is Jimmy the King even doing nowadays?
He's hiding out from people.
No. I mean in real life, Dribs.
There is no Jimmy the King. He doesn't exist. It's just a character made up for this movie.
Oh my god, so there's even less reason for me to care.
This would be like if I met Stone Cold and I
wait,
to say what?
Hold on, hold on. But I thought you guys said that family was his family IRL.
I think he's talking about in context of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I get that, but...
You know, to be fair, I got confused too, and I had to look up.
So, let me get this straight. You made an ACW movie, and the main wrestler is not even an actual wrestler IRL that you expect people to root for.
Yet the biggest example of a bad guy wrestler we have in this movie, Diamond Dallas Page, is an actual wrestler.
This is some backwards logic.
Yep.
Yeah, the guy who plays Jimmy King is Oliver Platt.
Oliver Platt.
Is he a wrestler?
No, he's just an actor.
He's just an actor. Again, you'd think for a movie like this, they would just...
I have to laugh. Not at the movie itself, but the ineptitude of that decision. Like, that's like making a movie about NASCAR and having the main character not be an actual NASCAR person. Well, yeah, you were and never was, because you aren't an actual wrestler.
Should be like if Goal didn't have a single football player in it.
And look, he's down on his knees in the drunk dirt. Yeah, I've seen this so many times before. The fact that you believe in him does nothing. You are not exactly the pinnacles of humanity. Go home!
You know, this scene was a lot better in Muppets 2011. Just saying.
Did they kidnap Jack Black?
No, unfortunately. I'm assuming no, they don't kidnap Jack Black in this movie.
What's the point?
Exactly. Very good. Kermie, we've got ourselves a guest star. Mr. Jack Black is officially accepted to be our celebrity host. Oh, really? Where is he? In the trunk.
Yes, this is nothing. Wait, are they about to kidnap him now?
No, they're
assaulting
doing
him.
a wrestling move on him.
And that gets him back in.
Yeah, it gets him back into character.
So the moral is assault your idols and they will be back in the business.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Jova, you know what? No.
What?
No, never mind. I won't say anything.
Oh, and then they are sent to the hospital.
No, they're too stupid to be affected by this.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they'll survive this on adrenaline.
For a second, I thought he actually pissed on them.
How, though? Again,
I mean, I'll be honest, maybe if they hadn't fired Eric Bischoff, he probably would have been a better fit in this movie. Nothing against Joe Pantoliano. He plays these kinds of villains pretty well. But Bischoff was just made for this thing. Plus, this film was kind of his idea.
Wait, why isn't he in it then?
I don't know.
He was fired.
Oh, yeah, right, I forgot. Yeah.
So what we have is essentially a ship without its old captain.
Basically.
Well, I mean,
New
well, mind you,
York?
to be fair, around the time he was fired, the captain was making some really bad decisions.
Well,
like one of his last ones he made before he was fired in 1999 was to have some weird tie-in with Kiss and end an episode of Nitro with a live concert.
Well, that's the thing, Joe, that one of the all-time favorite wrestling hosting places is in Madison Square Garden.
Wait, are they
Which in this context is also kind of weird. Madison Square Garden is WWF territory through and through. WCW wouldn't be caught running a show here.
What?
It's not even called Madison Square Garden in this movie. It's called the New York Arena.
Wait a minute. Hold on. This feels like we're getting close to the climax, but we're not even...
We're not even halfway through.
We're almost halfway through, so...
So this suggests shenanigans are about to occur.
Oh my God.
And here we go. Our heroes are peeking in on the Nitro girls while they're changing.
Yeah, but don't you see? This is the 90s. and
Hey,
early
this
2000s.
song.
Actually, it was 2000. It wasn't even the 90s.
And early 2000s. So this is when, in the context of wrestling, women were just seen as objects.
Okay, but here's the
I'm
thing.
not joking.
Sure. But regardless of that, like in the context of the movie itself, though, like, there's been plenty of raunchy teenage comedies. Like about American Pie. There's been plenty of raunchy teenage comedies where boys are perverts and
Of course.
There's nothing wrong with having a scene like that as long as because that's a typical stereotypical thing for movie boys to do and stuff like that. Raunchy comedies are all about that kind of stuff. It's about being that kind of jokes anyway. That's fine. Like the problem is that this movie is not in that genre though. So this kind of humor here is misguided.
Why are you talking about him?
He lives rent-free in his head, apparently. Oh, but it's conveniently because he's there. So what's the plan? Have him invade on a match and not expect security to drag him out?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Dwibs?
It's me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin.
Okay, Dwibs, honest question. How much would that fly if you tried to invade a match,
Oh, the security will drag you out.
Yeah, that wouldn't fly at all. But hang on a minute. You fired him from WCW. Why are you still talking about him?
To just kick him while he's down.
Well, Dwibs, that's a the script was already written by the time he got fired, I'm guessing.
Oh!
And changing it.
Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah. But yet, security's not doing anything.
I guess they think it's all part of the show.
Well, no,
Yeah, but if you want to know...
said he's not in the director just said he's not in the script.
But they're still filming it.
Still.
Jova, if you want to know a real life example of a fan trying to do that,
Dwibs
in the
has told me.
WWE Hall of Fame, Bret Hart was giving a speech and a guy just jumped him, and every single wrestler in the area ganged up on him, dragged him out.
Because the guy was an idiot.
Yes. Thankfully, Bret Hart is okay. He just shrugged it off and continued his speech.
Oh.
Again, this is supposed to be the IRL stuff, and yet they're doing wrestling moves.
Not just that, like these two should already have some kind of bones broken by this point.
Dude, you might want to
Why are you focusing on Jimmy King if he's fired?
Okay, so question: if someone beat you up, wouldn't you?
And the referee is okay with this. Okay.
This wasn't a match.
Wait, was this a 24/7 championship title?
No, it isn't. I mean, look what Sinclair's gonna say in a minute. That's not how it works.
How?
Also, you literally coordinated an ambush like at the start of the movie. Shut the fuck up.
So now Sinclair's going completely against what he said earlier.
To be fair, Shiro, he's the bad guy, so bad guys make up rules. Once I know who counts.
No,
that's typical in wrestling.
Dead says that's not gonna fly.
So now Sinclair is going completely against what he said earlier, and is offering Jimmy King not just a championship match plus $1 million.
So let me. So,
not only
it's exactly what I said. This is a movie about wrestling made by people who don't know anything about wrestling.
Okay. Yes.
Again, all he has to do is force them to make a script where the king loses. In fact, he is literally the boss. He could just have them arrested.
He's fired. I mean, he was fired still. Just get security and drag him out. But no, the security doesn't do nothing.
Okay. I kind of get it. The idea is that he's vindictive and wants revenge, but dude, just fire them on camera. I'm pretty sure that would be humiliation enough. Also, like
that's the thing, Jova. He did already do that.
So she's his love interest, I guess. And
Sasha, played by I think Rose McGowan.
This would be like if I try to make a movie about baseball.
And you don't know much about baseball?
I know the first thing about baseball. I don't know the rules.
You never played Wii Sports?
Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against the sport itself. It's just that
I said you've never played Wii Sports.
To be fair, Dej, Wii Sports doesn't tell you everything there is about baseball.
I mean, that's
you just hit the ball and make sure that you hit a home run. That's how baseball works.
But there's more to even I know that there's more to baseball than just swinging a bat.
Anyway.
Yes?
Lady, are you drunk?
No, clearly. Apparently she is completely sober, Shiroi.
Or high.
Oh, and she's a King fan as well. It's perfect for them to hit it off.
Brilliant.
You know, who needs to actually work hard? Just, be a slacker who will literally go cross country.
This is 2000, all right. Playing some
becomes moral, basically.
There's an OSW review quote on this movie that is kind of accurate, pretty much. I quote. So, about 10 minutes into the film, which only wrestling fans would see, we've been insulted by being portrayed at the bottom rung mentally, emotionally, financially, and socially. Thank you, WCW. That's very thorough. Take a bow.
Yes, Dej?
I was going to say, think about it like this. When it comes to baseball, it's like cricket, except more interesting. There you go.
Isn't baseball closer to what we call rounders or whatever?
Yeah, but guys, Jimmy King is not really in any physical or mental state to compete yet. He needs to train.
And maybe less of an alcoholic.
Whoop! Down the drain he goes.
He's going to World 1-2, I guess.
But basically, here's my biggest exposure to baseball in my life: watching Peanuts specials. Because remember, Charlie Brown has his own baseball team.
Sure.
So he literally went down the drain.
My biggest exposure to baseball is the minigame from Super Monkey Ball Deluxe.
I'm not sure. I thought you were going to say Space Jam.
Wait, Space Jam. Space Jam is basketball.
The opening starts with Michael Jordan.
Oh God. Ugh.
You know that's because that happened in real life, right?
No,
Yes.
I know. That's what makes it even more painful. The fact that because those years were just as painful in real life as they're depicted in the movie.
To give
But,
Michael Jordan
you know what was-
credit, it was a pretty interesting feat going from one major sport to another. That being
But you know
said, I'm just gonna say it. Space Jam's a better movie than this.
But you know what's baffling about this movie, actually? When WCW, AOL Time Warner sold WCW to the WWE, they kept this movie on their books.
Maybe there was just stuff
Hey,
that
put it
was
this way.
worse. But
Hey, put
wait, hold on. Why are you afraid of being killed? He can't murder you. That's literally against the rules.
Also, he has a shirt saying, "Hi, my name is Slim Shady." Ha ha ha.
Wait,
Get it?
Remember, Jova, Titus Sinclair earlier said, it's not to win, you just have to survive.
That
Because
being said, we're still going off of the angle that wrestling is fake, so no, he would not be allowed to kill him. So why and shouldn't Jimmy the King, who's a professional wrestler, know that that's illegal? So why is he all of a sudden? And in fact, why is he acting scared all of a sudden? This guy has pretty much
Because
thrown.
they're trying to portray that fight as a real one.
I don't know.
I mean,
Jova, are you telling me that this plot makes no sense?
Yes.
wow,
So,
Dave, you're
yeah.
only catching
So now
on to
they're
that
going
now?
So now they're going to try and find a trader, a guy named Sal Bandini.
Do I get points for caring?
No, that's the thing. But that's the thing, Deji. I grew up watching basketball because basketball was actually like the NBA games were aired over here back in the 90s all the time. So I am familiar with Jordan's shift and like.
He's played by Martin Landau.
Martin, what the fuck are you doing in this movie?
This does not seem like his
Tax
wheelhouse.
season.
So what does he have to do with wrestling?
Nothing.
He's
He's an
basic-
actor.
Now, basically, Sal Bandini is a retired wrestler who's now a trader.
Oh, very
Okay,
good.
let me ask you-
Wait. Hold on. Okay. So why not get an actual wrestler who's retired for this role then?
Because this
Yeah.
movie is stupid, Jova.
You know who they could have gotten, actually, considering he was working at WCW at this time?
Who?
Ric Flair.
Well, yeah, Ric
Oh
Flair.
my
yeah,
god,
exactly.
you're right.
You could have just used Ric
Well,
Flair.
But apparently Ric Flair wanted nothing to do with this movie.
Come to think of
Gee,
it,
I wonder why.
has Vince McMahon ever been in a movie?
Yeah, in fact, one of the movies that I'm going to choose has Vince McMahon in it.
I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing going off of your.
Don't
tongue.
worry, I choose good movies for you people. He
Why are you
says this.
picking the Scooby-Doo WWE crossovers?
Wait, hold on. Are those bad? I don't recall those really being
I mean,
considered
Yeah,
they're
bad.
not, I mean, they're not great, but I mean, they're not the worst things to have both.
Compared to what you guys have been using, it's a godsend.
It's probably a godsend compared to this movie, because, okay, Jimmy King's character is inconsistent. Like, this guy pretty much handled stuff with grace. He pretty much went YOLO on everything, but now he's scared of supposedly dying, so he needs
because
a training
Sal
montage.
Bandini is such a badass.
You know what I get the feeling? I get the feeling that the whole him being scared thing was just to give us a reason for a training montage to pad the movie out more.
This movie has a lot of crotch shots.
There's going to be a twist that someone's actually dead in this movie, isn't there? Oh, I totally called it. I could tell by the sucking of Dwibs' teeth. So, what is the point of this romance, Dwibs?
We need to get our main character a win.
Because apparently the ladies like it when you speak Spanish.
Not for nothing.
Isn't that stereotype for like? Isn't that stereotype is usually for French, not for Spanish?
Disney used that stereotype for Spanish buzz.
Yeah, in Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, no, well, okay. For the stereotype, if it works if it's from Spain.
There's an episode of Dexter's Laboratory where Dexter accidentally causes his brain to only be able to say omelette du fromage, which is cheese omelette in French. And that's all he can say. And then when the girls from his class hear him say it, they swoon over like, "Oh, Dexter, French is the language of love. Oh, say it again, Dexter." So yeah, like that's an old '90s cartoon stereotype.
Oh yeah. It's because if you watch Fairly Odd Parents, there's one Decimo Magnifico who is Spanish. And like so it works for both.
It does,
French and Spanish.
Yeah. No, you are not seriously telling me that he's getting sex on the first date. This guy.
I mean,
really?
our protagonist in the last movie got sex on the first date. Well, no,
Jova. Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin have girlfriends. There's no realism.
Oh, but get it? When he thought she meant wrestling moves.
Oh yeah, you asked for it. Oh, there you go. Now he's got her in the mood. There you go.
Wow, another female character who's into, being, I don't know, thrown around, hit.
Well, and she has,
BDSM,
and she has paintings of a cartoony version of herself.
Yeah, caricatures.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. People can get those drawn all the time.
Okay, that was funny. I'll give you that for you.
Okay.
I will give them that.
Yeah, I have never heard a movie describe a woman's breasts as foreign objects.
I get it. It's because he's never seen a woman naked, and you know what? Screw it. That one was actually funny.
You know
I'm
what?
Die in one of these movie commentaries.
All right, there you go. There you go, guys. It's one more funny joke than Freddy Got Fingered had.
I not too long ago I saw a thread on Twitter that was basically like different words for breasts, and the thread was never ending. It just kept going and going and going. And I didn't see this one. I'll have to reply adding this one.
Alright, so now we got King going to a public gym to try and get himself into shape. But, Goldberg.
Hey, Goldberg.
He's next.
Yeah, no, Goldberg's not gonna support this guy. Do you even know Goldberg?
Nah, Goldberg will do anything for a quick check.
Yeah, a quick check that these guys don't have, Dej.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Shoot, I'm not even a wrestling fan, and even I know about Bill Goldberg.
Yeah,
I mean, he's still relevant right now because he's currently competing for the WWE Championship against
That guy in the
Lashley.
background there, that was John Cena.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was a lot. Right, yeah, that's him,
he
alright.
He still had hair.
Wait. John Cena still has. Well, okay, not as much hair.
No. He has a lot of hair now. Have you seen him on Suicide Squad?
Oh yeah, true. Well, true. Yeah. Because remember, back when I was watching, he was bald, so I'm more used to seeing him bald.
There was a time when John Cena. Oh, there was a time when he was bald.
He shaved his head because the Marine.
Not just the Marine, Deji. Like
but the Fugonomics. The reason why he outgrew his hair is because his agent told him to do it for Hollywood. Like it helps him get better job offerings.
So basically, they're telling him the entire storyline. Okay. He has to play.
Wow, we're doing this old story arc here. I work with
That's why I joined the NWA at one point.
Well, that's the thing, Jova. Yeah, it's exactly like I would predict it. Like that's basically Goldberg's character. So.
In the ring or in this movie?
Ring.
In the ring.
So, shouldn't the idea be that he's not like that out of the ring in this movie if they're trying to play up the whole wrestling is fake angle?
Yes, Jova. However, this movie's stupid, so...
But treachery is afoot.
Especially if it's sticking their rules.
Seriously? Seriously? This boss is so petty that he has to try and sabotage Jimmy King's current mentor?
What is this music right now?
Like
Wait. Is that Triple H?
No, that's Sid Vicious and Perry Saturn. Although, funny story, around the time this movie was released, Perry Saturn was in the WWF.
Mm-hmm.
So, oops.
Jova, it's abundantly, like I said, it's abundantly clear that the people who made this movie have never actually seen a wrestling show.
Seriously, like, again, I feel like they should just be... You know what? I feel like if the movie was just more honest about how wacky it is, scenes like these wouldn't feel so out of place.
Yeah,
but they do.
Yeah, this movie takes itself way too seriously.
And it's supposed to be a comedy.
Also, my dude, shouldn't you have seen that coming? Wait. Hold on, wait. This is supposed to be a comedy? Because I'm going to be honest. Okay, for as much as there has been comedy, this movie... Okay, maybe it's just a case that literally none of the jokes except for one have landed, but the tone doesn't even always fit the sense of comedy. Well, okay, like, of an intended sort here and there, like...
Going so slowly, oh my god.
I think the problem is, like, well, the movie tries to be way too realistic at some points. Like, this should be a kooky, crazy world where even if we are playing up the whole wrestling is fake thing...
It was... Dun, dun!
Okay.
Sasha was a traitor.
Okay, so... Okay.
And he immediately finds out.
God, and she's in a relationship with him. Well, you know, I guess that at least explains more why she was willing to take the dive with that guy. So
this is like that Portuguese skit of the world's fastest soap, where the moment intrigue happens, immediately the climax.
Oh, and she did it just to behead Nitro Girl.
Yeah, and yeah, obviously Arquette's character is not going to take that well.
Speaking of which, the two main actors for this, did they go on to be in anything else?
I don't know about Scott Kahn, but recently David Arquette has actually become a trained wrestler in and of himself.
Wait, that's Courtney Cox's ex-husband, right?
David Arquette, I think so. Yeah.
So wait. So he wasn't a wrestler when this movie was made, but now he went on to be a professional wrestler himself?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Man, he must have bulked up.
Oh, wait, because he won the WCW Championship, right?
He must have bulked up.
Okay, to be fair to Arquette, he hated that idea.
Yes.
But he had to go for it, and he used the money he made, from this and this 10-year WCW to give to the families of the late Brian Pillman and the recently late Owen Hart at this time.
Yes. So he did more for wrestlers than the wrestling federations did.
So
he has my respect for that.
So Dave Arquette's playing, like... Shoot, what even are our main characters' names now that I think about it?
Gordy and Sean.
All right. So David Arquette plays Gordy, right?
Think of Gordon Ramsay and Shawn Michaels. There you go.
So Dave Arquette was not a professional wrestler, but after this movie went on to become one.
Yes.
I mean, over a decade later, but yeah.
Was this movie what inspired him?
No, because from my understanding, he was a wrestling fan, but he just wrestles in the indies.
We can't have that now, can we? What?
What?
That's kind of a lame way to call her out, honestly. Heck, as far as she knows, you're just crazy. Granted, I guess maybe he didn't want to let on that he knew she was a spy, but... Again, lame.
A WCW blanket.
So, what now?
Well, he's got no trainer, so there's only any other one thing he can do to try and make peace with himself. Try to make up to his wife.
Oh, let me guess. He's gonna do it because he's afraid he's gonna die.
Gets punched.
Smack. Oh, of course.
Whoa.
Well, it is this movie. We probably should have seen the crotch kick coming.
I think he kicked him in. Sorry, I think she kicked him in the shins, not the crotch.
That was
See,
definitely
there's
the
the crotch one. There you go.
Believe it or not, guys, at
Yes.
the end of the movie, they're going to have a montage of all the crotch kicks they do.
Because
I'm gonna sleep.
Well, I feel sorry for everyone else in this call.
Is there anything likable about this protagonist?
well, there you go, Joe.
Now, seriously though, what are the decent qualities for us to be rooting for this guy? Like I mentioned, he's not even a real wrestler for fans to be rooting for. Like, I guess the only thing is that the supposed bad guys are even more bigger dicks, but...
I mean, wasn't that basically like Happy Gilmore? The character wasn't really a good person, but the only reason why he wants to succeed was because the antagonist is a bigger prick.
Here's the difference. Happy Gilmore was actually, one, entertaining, and two, it was more honest with itself.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, the concept of a character being a piece of garbage.
Oh, yeah.
And then getting development to be better isn't anything uncommon.
And
it's just that you're forgetting that you need some decent qualities to realize, no, he's not a bad person.
Right, now for some reason we're going back to Wyoming.
Oh, so we can have a scene where the police dad comes to, I guess, do more shenanigans. Yeah, you know, for this kind of movie, there's way too many subplots going about here, honestly. Because I guess we gotta deal with this subplot about how, again, he doesn't become a cop like the family wants him to.
He says that he touched his son and his best friend in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Your dream is stupid. Okay.
This guy looks like a discount J.K. Simmons.
Charlie Manson.
Michael Bolton.
Michael Bolton? What the hell does Michael Bolton have to do with any of this?
Is he referring
his
to Michael?
His quote-unquote point was, lots of terrible people had dreams.
Also, which Michael Bolton is he talking about?
Yes, lots of terrible people. Lots of terrible people had dreams, and guess what? Plenty of good people have also had dreams.
I guess he may be referring to the Michael Bowl.
You're literally. I fail to realize what point you're even trying to make, you fucking dipshit. Go on.
Oh my God, his hero said he needs him. Why does he supposedly need him?
Yeah, do they? I mean, he's barely done anything.
Also, for someone who's as gung-ho as his father, shouldn't security have been tighter than him being able to just go out the window?
No.
That's the thing, Jover. He's not going to go out the window.
He's giving up. Oh, yeah.
He's gonna go out the front door.
Yeah, his dad's right there, and he's watching Cops.
It's your dream to waste all your time, resources, and waste your life on getting somebody put back in the saddle. And don't get me wrong, it's nice and selfless of them, but you need some job security, man. Like, again.
Bad boys, bad boys.
Maybe it is time for him to grow up.
You, bad boys.
Wait, you know...
And now their hero has to help them.
Why is he get? I can think of a long list of reasons why to give up on you now. Yeah. He totally won't come with them. I'm sure, movie. I'm sure. Yeah, this is totally the end of their relationship.
We're still not done yet. Holy crap!
I know, right?
Oh, wow. He didn't escape with them in that scene immediately.
Told you.
No, he's going to run into the training room after several montages or something. I mean, yeah,
yes,
it's
wrestling. Okay, here's the thing: wrestling is fake. But you have to realize that the stunts are not.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
these people are like, they're physically trained. They're not like.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. If a normal random schmo tries to do a proper wrestling move out of nowhere, he will get his fucking bones broken.
Yeah,
That's something that people. Because I know it's like, yes, the storylines are real, but it's like the performance aren't.
Again. Like, it is a dick move to just say...
Performance are. God dang it.
It is a dick move to say that wrestling is fake, in the sense that everything is fake, because no, not everything is fake. Yes, it is scripted. Yes, it pretty much is preset. But do not demean the actors for what they go through to get things right, because no. To pull off a lot of these moves and not end up in the hospital takes so much practice.
Man, Randy Orton got in a fight, a Twitter argument with Soulja Boy over that.
Wait, really?
Yes.
What?
Oh boy, a female wrestler.
And she's called Pretty Kitty.
Let me guess. They think, she's a pushover, but she ends up kicking his butt.
Nope, we don't see anything.
Wait, come on, movie. So you have a female wrestler called Pretty Kitty, and you don't have her have a cat girl outfit. Come on, movie.
Wow, yeah, that
Cowgirl
was...
hat doesn't even have cat ears. This is bullshit.
And you don't even show the wrestling match.
Fake cat girl. Anyway, let me build up on what you were saying, Joe. See, it's for the same reason that we appreciate something like the stunts we see in something like. Okay, let me use the. Yeah, there you go. See, this is for the same reason we appreciate the stunts that we see in old kung fu martial arts movies. Where
I thought you were going to say the stunts we see in Tom Cruise movies, because that guy just insists on doing it.
Sure, if you want a more mainstream example, sure, I'll use that.
Interesting thing about the composer of this movie, George S. Clinton. He did the music for the first two Mortal Kombat movies. So in a way, this is kind of a step down.
Oh, hey, yeah, the whole subplot with Wendy. Again, there are surprisingly a lot of subplots in this movie.
I don't even remember who she is.
Oh,
She worked in a restaurant.
Yeah, and he has the hots for her.
But yeah, like Joe was saying, But, like Joe was saying, yeah.
Oh.
Wow, it's incredibly easy to get laid in this movie.
Oh, I had that look. What?
But
Wait. So his father let him come back?
No.
Did he steal his father's car?
No. He came out of the back.
Apparently the father drove him here. What?
Nope, he's just come here to say goodbye.
Right. Totally.
Yes, of course.
This is ignoring. This is ignoring the fact that his father is a complete control freak to the point where the entire family are cops.
So many jokes.
I
So
know.
many jokes.
I'm keeping quiet.
Yeah.
Yep, he's totally out of their lives.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, to build up on what Joe was saying, yeah,
Even
exactly.
the music.
In the reason we appreciate movies like the Mission Impossible films is because Tom Cruise actually does all the stunts himself, and he's genuinely putting himself in physical danger whenever he's doing those scenes. Yes, the movie it's a movie, so of course it's a scripted storyline that we're watching, but the actual stunts that are being done by Tom Cruise are actually potentially dangerous to him physically.
And
so we respect Tom Cruise for doing that for us.
They literally have. Aw, isn't that
Do you both want to get changed or?
Nope. They literally stopped the car just so she could get off after they were done having sex during this heartfelt scene with the music.
To follow Pedro's point, a celebrity that just recently wrestled earlier this year was Shaquille O'Neal, and he did a good job performing because, wrestling isn't easy.
It's Bad Bunny.
And Bad Bunny as well.
Bad Bunny?
Yeah, the rapper.
Oh yeah.
And he impressed me. It's like they know what it's like, so I have respect. Heist thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. It's because the reason people love those movies, like I was saying, is because when you see those stunts, that's Tom himself. Like he's putting his physical integrity at risk to entertain us, and that's something that gives an extra ounce of investment into the movie that you're watching. The same applies to wrestling, where all these people are putting their physical integrity at risk to entertain us.
These people have it gets mocked a lot, but these people have gone through a lot of training.
Sure. There's been plenty of times in wrestling where, despite them training, sometimes they get things wrong, even despite their training, and because of that, they generally get hurt. And then,
I'm sure, it's a sport as well as an art, so it's the shit happens.
Whoa, that suit.
Wow.
That is not subtle.
Mm-hmm.
That is a choice.
Dwebs and Deji, remember that match between JBL and Eddie Guerrero?
I didn't see the match, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, basically, Shiro, there's one particular iconic match where one of the most popular wrestlers of all time, Eddie Guerrero, got a concussion during a match because he fell badly.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously they still try to kind of pretend that just to not to cause a panic between the audience and everything, obviously, but he was still assisted, and unfortunately he was fine. He ended up being fine. So
it's when you look at martial arts, one of the first things you're taught is how to fall properly.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Recently watching AEW. A couple of months ago, there were two wrestlers, and one of them got a concussion, and they didn't know how to end the match, so they had to improvise it on the spot. Where the world champion, who was a heel and wanted both men to lose, knocks out the other guy while the referee wasn't looking, and that it was a count out to 10.
Yeah, here's another one that I'm remembering now that they're showing the cage when Mick Foley fell from the top of the cage. Even though he wasn't supposed to.
All right.
Oh, that was scripted. That was unscripted. Okay.
All right. I should explain the rules of the match. Also, hi, Michael Buffer.
Michael Buffer, yay!
Wait.
The ring announcer of WCW main events at this time.
Does he say the line?
Is he about to say it?
Do you know that he?
The movie is
Hold on.
already a rumble.
Hold on.
Go on.
I just have to wait and see if he says it, because if he says it, that will not make this movie worth it, but it will at least do something to improve.
He said, "Watch out for the pyro."
And his clothes seem fine for something that was set on fire.
We need to have a Michael Buffer recite the entire dictionary so that we can save his voice for future generations.
Okay, I should explain the rules of this match. Triple cage. One cage on top of another on top of another. You start inside from the
Actually, I think it's explained now. Actually.
Oh, okay. Let's hear.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, hold on.
Basically just
Wait,
war
is he
games
about to
at that
say
point.
it?
He's gonna say it now.
and that's debatable.
Nobody
Wow, I
does it
can't believe
like
this is the
him.
best part about the entire movie.
Yeah, I
Alright.
think that is.
Yeah, they're not going to explain what's going on, apparently. So carry on, Dribs.
Because this match actually did get used in an actual WCW event after this. Basically, the aim of the match, you start at the bottom of the first cage in the ring, and your aim is to climb up to the top and grab the belt. But your opponent will obviously be trying to stop you. So inside of the other two cages are weapons that you can use on your opponent.
So basically, they're both trapped in here, and they have to basically fight each other until one of them manages to get out. Think of it like that, in more simple terms.
Oh yeah, I actually like this joke.
What?
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 Well, basically, DDP's pose was a diamond. Well, you make with your fingers doing a triangle shape, and so his retort was doing it upside down to make it look like a pussy.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
Wait,
We're
when did
learning
they
a
get
lot. We're learning a lot about female organs today. Foreign objects, DDP, diamonds.
Clever. It's good use of a stepladder.
So, yes, hello, Perry Saturn, who began as in the rival company at this
a
point.
ladder.
No. That is legit a
Wait.
stepladder. Oh, what?
That's
No,
his,
it's not a ladder.
his son?
We're doing the
What the fuck are you doing here?
Clothesline, damn.
Oh, this came out of
Wow, now
nowhere.
this is a wrestling story.
Okay. So they actually did a spin on it. Like, the son doesn't forgive him. In fact, the son wants to murder him.
Yep, welcome to wrestling. This happens, family betrayal.
Oh, wait a minute. But hey, it's Jimmy King's friends, and Goldberg is there, even though he said he wouldn't do it earlier.
I'm sorry, but shouldn't the boss just veto this? What is even happening right now?
Why is Booker T even here? Booker T doesn't even know this guy, does he?
But who's coming here?
Evil Knievel?
Oh, no, look!
Sergeant Slaughter!
What are you doing? Sir, I wish it was Sergeant Slaughter.
Well, it's kind of ironic he's gonna become a wrestler later in real life, but... So, they're just letting anything fly for this match, I see. Again, I'm not even a wrestling fan, and even I know that a lot of the stuff How did you not notice your son was missing, given the amount of time it takes to go to New York City?
But actually, they're in Las Vegas now.
Oh, never mind.
How far away is Nevada from Wyoming?
Oh, they're still states apart, so... Oh, and look!
But how long will it take?
At least a few hours. That being said, though, you gotta love how now the dad's okay with it, because his son's doing cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. That's a 13-hour drive.
Don't you see? Because of you, I
so...
lost my job. All right. Well,
how does she get there?
Fine, whatever. The movie.
Wait for it.
The movie doesn't care. Why should I?
She's gonna get whacked. Hey!
Yeah.
Hey.
Saw that coming from... Oh god, is she dead?
I think so.
Okay, I think the match
I
would have...
without her a concussion.
Pedro, Dwibs, wouldn't the match have been stopped if that had happened?
Well, actually, no, because cage matches don't have disqualification, so technically it's perfectly okay for someone to interfere.
I'm pretty sure a woman just got murdered, though. Like, surely that would have been
Remember,
some...
she works there. She's the head Nitro girl now.
As far as they...
Oh god, a literal noose? Has this ever been a prop used in...
Well, wasn't that Undertaker in WrestleMania? In one of the WrestleManias? That he hung a guy? And made fans uncomfortable?
But there was a match involving... There was a thing in a wrestling organization, one of the smaller ones, involving Virgil, a black wrestler, and for some baffling reason, they had him... There was a segment where he was hung by the neck from the ring by two guys dressed as Ku Klux Klan members led by Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
It's funny you
not
mentioned
kidding.
Virgil, because King kind of looks like... has the Ted DiBiase haircut.
God, because of you, I lost my job. They took his job! They took his job.
League is helping.
For some reason.
Who even is this guy?
Oh, he is a wrestling legend. Oh, right. You're not familiar with Sting.
So, I guess that's why they were hyping him up, because so wait, hold on. So, other wrestlers aren't their actual characters IRL, but here now they are having someone...
They are.
No, the wrestlers are... okay, King is like a fictional character that they made up.
I know.
Like,
you already told me this, but it's...
real wrestlers are themselves in this movie.
Isn't like the antagonist playing a fictional wrestler even though he's a wrestler IRL?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I guess maybe he's not actually a heel in real life and that's why he's playing a fictional character?
I don't know.
It's inconsistent is what it is.
Yes.
Although, there was actually an ending that DDP himself pitched that I'll tell you about when the film rolls the credits.
Again with the crotchets.
It's an easy shot.
True.
Remember, there's disqualifications in cage matches, so yeah, that is allowed.
Now he's gonna yeet him.
No, he's just going to... Yeah,
okay. This bit coming up is just...
Shouldn't it be stronger than that?
Yes.
Yes, it should.
I'm pretty
Okay.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we have two people who are dead now.
I'll explain now why this could come off as really tasteless.
Was this before Owen Hart's death? After?
Yeah, this film came out a year after Owen Hart died.
Let me guess, he tries to get the belt, but then gets stopped. Oh wait, no, he got it.
Okay, I should explain. At the Over the Edge pay-per-view in 1999, Owen Hart was meant to come down from the rafters to the ring in a harness pretending he was a superhero. But the harness malfunctioned and he fell down and hit the turnbuckle in the ring and died.
Mm-hmm.
This film just had a wrestler falling down to the ground from a height. No.
Yeah.
I don't know how aware the filmmakers. I'm pretty sure the wrestlers had to be aware of this bit.
This. If you needed any more proof that these guys know nothing about that these filmmakers don't know anything about wrestling, here's your proof.
And now everyone boos Sinclair, even though again he's still the boss. So. You didn't make Jack Squat.
And Vince McMahon comes out. Actually, I made wrestling. I'm the reason why wrestling's
okay. No, movie, no. You do not get to say the fans made wrestling after you spent the whole movie mocking them.
Well, don't you see though? The movie was saying that the fans are the true heroes. Now watch as they kick this guy to death.
And yeah, we don't see him again. I don't think so.
Yeah, because he died.
Oh, look, Mean Gene again.
Wait, okay. Gene Okerlund's awesome, but you just had Michael Buffer earlier.
Yeah, that's like having a simple sirloin after the prime rib.
Yeah, Gene is not a ring announcer, he's an interviewer.
And now he's gonna be a tag team fighter with Bill. Again, wasn't he fired? Couldn't the boss just say no, he can't come back in?
Well, due to fan popularity, he'll be forced to do that.
Wait, what? And he gets to be a wrestler.
Big Boss Man did the policeman character better.
You know, I know the music is suggesting that I should be heartwarmed, but...
Whatever, it's almost over.
Man, the World Heavyweight Championship belt still looks good.
So I'm
sad that they retired it.
So, wait.
Unfortunately, Deji, at this time, this particular incarnation of the title was about as worthful as an actual tin of peas.
Also, is it true that this was originally supposed to be the start of a trilogy of movies?
What?
Apparently they were supposed to make a sequel to this, but yeah.
Also, since I don't think we've met. Oh,
let me guess. Now it's actually happening in real life.
No, it's payback for the first scene.
Wait, you're really bringing Queen into this?
Yes.
And Sal's okay. So what was the point of hyping up Sting all that much, the guy in the white face mask, if, well, he wasn't gonna do much anyway?
I mean, Sting is that guy that appears, and when he does something...
Okay, so now we've got the outtakes.
Okay.
So, what exactly were the sequels supposed to be about, Dwibs? You mentioned that there were supposed to be sequels to this movie.
Yeah, but they never happened.
On a different ending, I think you said?
Yeah, but again, I'll wait till these are over. Plus there's that so hilarious crotch kick montage. Well, I mean, at least the actors try to have, acting standards. Just,
Well, yeah, Sting's real name is Steve Borden. Again, not quite. And to think, the guy who directed this film would go on to be the president of Nickelodeon.
Huh.
Like,
how good of a job did he do?
From what I've heard, extremely mixed bag.
Remember, kids, follow your dreams. You can make the most mediocre piece of crap, but you can still somehow become the CEO of a major corporation.
I mean, okay, I guess to give the movie credit, despite him trying to make amends with his family, they didn't do the corny thing and actually have them forgive him. In fact, if anything, the son was trying to take him out, so... No! You know what? No! There's no point in even praising this movie for being subversive of that.
Okay, I should explain. Okay, before we give the final thoughts, I'll explain the ending that DDP pitched to Warner Brothers. There's actually a quote he did at a wrestling channel called YouShoot, which I will read. I had a whole different end to that movie too, and I pitched it to Warner Brothers and everything, and I think the wrestling community really would have wrapped around at the ending. And how I wanted to do it was, when I get carried through the doors, right, and then Jimmy goes through all this stuff, and then Jimmy comes walking back, and then the credits are starting to roll, and you're watching Jimmy as he's talking. He says, "Guys, I'll see you at the bar." Come walking in, and you see me, and I'm standing there, and he walks up to me, and you're like, "Oh, these fuckers are gonna go at it again." And then what do? We hug each other, and they're like, "Oh, dude, good. Wow, man, I thought you was gonna kill me when you dropped me through the stuff." And with that, my scene of the movie was, you see David Arquette and Scott Carr going, "No, they're friends." And then they notice and they're like, "Oh shit."
So did David?
So we walk up to them. Arquette on one side, Khan on the other, and DDP says, "Boys, welcome to the business. Let's go have a drink."
Man,
That's so stupid.
So basically, DDP's pitch was to just basically show how much of a sham the wrestling industry can be.
That's not the way to do it, I guess.
No. Also, Scott Conn was in this movie.
Yeah, he was one of the other main characters alongside Arquette.
I don't think we mentioned it, unless it was at the point that I had to burp, but what was the budget and box office for this?
It cost $24 million to make. It made $12 million.
Oh,
Wow.
I can see why the sequels weren't made then. Okay, so what was the critical reception?
Pretty bad.
Yeah, what Dwarf said.
So this movie is an undisputed failure.
Yes, it has a 23% on Rotten Tomatoes, which should surprise absolutely nobody.
What's the fan score rating on it? Or the viewer score?
52%.
Yeah, it's still rotten.
And the consensus is, humor at its lowest. It isn't funny for kids and is insulting to adults.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, that was Ready to Rumble. Shiroy, you go first.
Well, I didn't enjoy any of that. We all laughed a total of once, maybe twice, give or take. That's still generous. Even as somebody who's been out of the wrestling loop for years, it's like, geez, this is so
wrong
and disrespectful.
No wrestlers were harmed during the filming of this motion picture. How nice to know.
It's like, I know from a lot of what I read there, if you wanted to do a critique on the industry, there are plenty of other things you could cherry pick from, but like, this was just stupid. I don't remember.
As if WCW were gonna do a critique of themselves.
Ugh. Honestly, it probably would have been smarter than this movie.
Yeah.
I don't really remember the name of any of the characters except for the king, because they kept saying his name repeatedly. And yeah, the story is all over the place. Way too many plots. It's like an episode of Waterloo Road.
Ooh.
Only Dwibs is gonna get that, I think.
I'm guessing that's a big stinkeroo.
Not really. It's just like,
it just has a hard time keeping itself together.
Yeah, there's like normally you get an A plot and a B plot, and that's fine, but it goes throughout half the alphabet.
Waterloo Road goes up to like a F plot.
But yeah, that's about it. I don't. Yeah, Freddy Got Fingered is a worse movie, as I said earlier, but like this is just so boring. It dragged out way too long, and yeah, like Freddy Got Fingered like ended a lot quicker than I expected it to. So it's like, again, in terms of viewer experience, this was the worst movie, but objectively, Freddy Got Fingered is still like the worst movie. That's it.
Jova.
Where do I begin? I mean, it's well, it's bad. Like, and it's bad in the sense that, well, I just feel nothing. It is, okay, I have rarely have I ever had a point where I just have had this much trouble caring at all. And, oh god, none of it works. None of it works.
No.
It's a film from the guy who made 1,000 words. What did you expect?
Again, like I said, even as somebody who, doesn't follow wrestling, even I could tell that they were getting stuff blatantly wrong. Absolutely wrong. In that regard. Like, again, the villains are inept, beyond stupid. The villain literally has control of everything, so he could have easily have won. Again, the problem is that they try to go way too hard with the wrestling is fake angle, in the sense that it's all predetermined. It's all part of the business. Except no, he blatantly let stuff that would affect his evil plans come to pass, that he could have stopped. And okay, I guess they explained how, our main character, let's call him Dave for the time being, how he managed to just,
Gordy?
get it. Yes. How Gordy managed to get a girlfriend because it turned out she wasn't into him, she was just using him. And as far as we know, she's dead now. Like, her eyes were dead open after getting whacked with a ladder. Oh boy. And then, again, for all his family has been on his ass about him being a cop, they're suddenly okay with it because he makes a gimmick out of it for the wrestling thing. And they're okay with this. The wrestling company are okay with this. Everyone is okay with this. Look, if they made this a wacky road from the get-go, sure, but no. It's, for the most part, set to be a relatively realistic world, so why is this being allowed? And again, it's for a lot of it, our heroes do not feel like actual heroes, but just dicks. And yes, I get it that there are bigger, badder foes here and there, but honestly, it doesn't cut the mustard for me to be rooting for them. Seriously, I think the only joke that actually managed to work was the foreign objects joke. However that worked, like, holy cow.
Yeah, like it's not even so much that it's like a brilliant joke, it's more so the fact that it's so bizarre and how I've never heard breasts be described like that. That it's just the bizarre.
Hey! That's a good joke. That's
again,
the one good joke this movie has.
Yeah.
I do get how it works in the sense that, again, he's never seen those before because he was a virgin up to that point. So wouldn't you know, he does it. But, other than that joke, for a long time, the movie didn't even have a proper plot. And when it finally does get a plot, it's unintuitive, it's uninteresting. And again, you didn't actually hire an actual wrestler to be the main hero of this film. No. You got just an actor pretending to be a wrestler. Again, it feels a tad backwards, is all I'm saying. But whatever. This movie's entire logic is backwards. And it does not help it. That said, it's a better movie than Freddy Got Fingered, and I'll give it this. At least the climax is more interesting than that of Freddy Got Fingered. So
because there was an actual climax, as bad as it was.
All right.
So yeah, no, this movie is terrible. I'm not surprised it didn't get the sequels. May it burn. Burn, burn, burn.
Alright, Pedro, you go next.
This movie is terrible. It doesn't understand what it's depicting. It doesn't understand the first thing about making a fun comedy. It doesn't understand anything about anything, really. It's just a terrible film. And it's just boring all the way through because the jokes are not funny and the plot isn't interesting. It's not even annoying like Freddy Got Fingered. It's just boring. And this movie is actually longer than Freddy Got Fingered. So as a result, it feels worse as a viewing experience for me. Because at the very least, like I said, in the Freddy commentary, in Freddy Got Fingered, I have that escapism tactic where I just pretend most of these scenes are just meta versions of what happened behind the scenes, like Tom Green pitching the movie to an executive. And I can at the very least have fun with that on that level. There's no such escapism here. It's just an incredibly miserable time watching this. Because not only is the movie boring, it's basically taking something that I like and basically completely misrepresenting it in so many horrible fashions.
And these are supposed to be people who, do the stuff for a livelihood.
That's the thing, Jova. The people who made this movie clearly don't know anything about wrestling.
But it was WCW that made this, apparently. So...
I mean, consider the direction the company was going to back then. Yeah, Pedro has a point.
Wow, that bad.
I'm talking about specifically the actual writers and film and director. Like, clearly these guys don't know anything about what they're talking about. Clearly not.
Again, why wasn't WCW there to, consult
they have their
them?
own problems at this time.
Because they didn't care, it seems. Whatever. The point is, this movie sucks balls. And I'm never going to watch this again because this movie was miserable.
And to think, this film was made by... The director who made this previously made such memorable films as Good Burger.
At least Freddy Got Fingered.
Hey. I like Good Burger.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Good Burger actually is a good movie.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are insane.
It was a pretty bold move to make a movie based on a catchphrase.
Hey. It was based off of a skit show and a very damn funny one at that.
Whatever.
One segment, though. I thought you wanted to go the whole breadth, but
the point is, Freddy Got Fingered was a more interesting kind of bad. This is just boring. Like this is anyway. That's about it. Moving on.
Deji, you next.
Yeah, this movie sucks. Let's not kid ourselves here. I was bored, and like Pedro and Dwebs, I was also a big wrestling fan, and to see it being portrayed like this kind of is extremely mediocre. Not insulting to Pedro, just this is stupid. The best way I can describe it is what normal people think wrestling is. Like, is this what wrestling's about? Wow, this is pretty cringe, bro. Even though it's like, no, it's a lot more entertaining than this, but...
I'd argue it even gets worse the more you know about how wrestling actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just... Why did they think this was good?
Because
desperation?
Like, this probably was a last desperate attempt to save a sinking ship.
Well,
but what would have helped is if they had gotten people who knew what wrestling was about and take advantage of it. Because like a wrestling movie can work. Just go over the top or embrace its wackiness. You don't have to be like, oh, this is like the wrestlers in universe are actually fake. It's like, no, just embrace this. There's so many directions you can go. And
let me put it like this: the wrestling segment from the Spider-Man movie was itself a better wrestling movie than anything in this movie.
Randy Savage was in that one too.
How about this?
He wanted to try and be in a better wrestling part of a movie.
How about this? It's like if they made a Muppets movie where they acknowledge the fact that they're puppets controlled by humans. Like it makes no sense to make a Muppet movie like that. Nobody wants to see that, and that's basically what they did here. Carry on.
And I feel like they probably should have just made it about the wrestlers instead of about these two annoying fans. It's like how they had, I think, Bad News Bears or whatever. What was that? It was a weird movie with the Chicago Cubs and a guy was a pitcher. A kid was a pitcher. That Gary Busey in it. It'll come to me later. But it's just there are lots of movies that have done a premise like this. I have done it better.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not wrestling, but it's like other sports. I don't get why. One day. Someone and Freddy got fingered, but it's like, is that really saying much?
Look, being better than Freddy Got Fingered is pretty much the equivalent of jumping over a puddle.
No. It's
jumping
like
over water vapor, more like.
It's walking over a dog pooing everywhere.
Well, no, because that implies that would require more effort.
No,
honestly, for as terrible as it was, Freddy Got Fingered. I found it to be more earnest than this movie. This movie feels cynical.
Yes.
This movie reeks of cynicism.
Oh, trust me, Rachel. I agree with you. It's just that Freddy Got Fingered is definitely the worst movie. But
Freddy Got Fingered is basically a guy who was told to do whatever he wants, and then it's like, oh, anything I want, and just try to push the boundaries as to how far he can go before the studio executives can say no. And then they didn't say no, and then he got to do whatever. Oops. This is just cynical. Okay. It's cynical as like
it's cynical in the worst way possible.
The writers were treating this more as a job. I was like, which is a bad thing, but this felt like you're not familiar with the source material. And
what if I told you guys?
Yes.
What if I told you this movie started filming in October of 1999, and the film came out in April of 2000?
I mean, that's
6
normal.
months.
Oh wait, what? Oh no.
Okay. That's just okay. I guess it shows. Go on, Dejimon.
Yeah, it sucks.
Exactly.
Don't worry. We'll watch a good movie.
Close us out, Tibbs.
Yeah. With stuff as high quality as this, I have absolutely no idea why WCW fell out of business 11 months after this film came out. I am just so shocked.
You can hear the surprise leaping off of his voice.
All right, Tibbs, what shocks you more? The fact that WCW went out of business 11 months after this, or the fact that nobody was accepting Greg Horowitz's pitch for Book of Eri?
I mean, to be honest, I can't really answer that one. But what I can say about this movie is that it's rubbish. This film pretty much sums up everything that was wrong with WCW around this time. No clue what it was doing. Decides to insult the audience for some baffling reason that I never understand. And makes one inept decision after another. Like, I mean, seriously. I mean, this was... Bear in mind, guys, in terms of stuff WCW
did in the year 2000, this was actually one of the better things.
Really?
WCW was garbage at this point.
Yes.
But enough for this to be one of the better things?
Yes. Okay, yeah, like, let's just say... okay. I'm not as familiar with WCW as Deji and Dwebs are. Because from what I've seen, and what I've seen was from this era, I never liked it, and then I just stopped watching.
I mean, that's pretty much how I felt with TNA growing up, so I feel you.
So...
Yeah, this was rubbish. So, that's me done in terms of this run of comedy movies. Jova, what are you doing next?
Well, I think we need to bring some thunder to the force.
Alright, see ya.
Yeah.
Bye.